The objective of the labor inspection is to further strengthen the implementation of the visitorial and enforcement powers under the Labor Code as renumbered towards securing a higher level of compliance with labor laws and standards and ensuring continuity and sustainability of compliance at workplaces. For this purpose, the Department of Labor and Employment delegates this function to the regional offices with the issuance of a list of labor inspectors who are given the authority of conduct inspection, which covers all private establishments, including their branches and workplaces in the regions.
The regional offices enforce labor laws and social legislation through the conduct of labor inspection, occupational safety and health investigation, and technical and advisory visit. Special inspections may be conducted as may be deemed necessary.
With the provision for mobile devices and gadgets, the DOLE developed an inspection management information system. An important feature of the system is data capture and transmittal from the field in real time, as an electronic checklist is filled up through the use of mobile devices and gadgets. Data are instantly available for viewing and processing to generate reports, statistics, and summons, including real-time monitoring of decent work indicators based on the country's decent work profile. The TAV, or Technical and Advisory Visit, aims to provide assistance to the micro-establishments, or establishments that have 1 to 9 employees, to be sustainable, productive, and competitive. It also aims to transition our micro-establishments to the formal economy that is profitable, while also complying with our labor laws and occupational safety and health standards. There are different ways or modalities to avail TAV. First is the online method. Establishments can enroll in the self-paced technical and advisory modules through our learning management system. For establishments that opted to go with online, they must accomplish the modules within 1 month from the time they registered. Second is on-site. The DOLE regional, field, and provincial offices conduct on-site or face-to-face orientation for the technical and advisory services, wherein micro-establishments are invited to attend. Third is hybrid setup. Establishments can enroll in on-site sessions and attend virtual meetings or webinars using various online platforms like MS Teams, Viber, Skype, Zoom, or Google Meet. The establishment report system was created to streamline the documents and reports required from establishments in the private sector. Several administrative requirements will be submitted through this site as a central platform. Through this system, employers no longer need to physically submit establishment reports to DOLE, since reportorial requirements can be completed remotely through the ERS.
There are various types of report that can be submitted through the establishment report system. These are telecommuting report, job displacement report, flexible work arrangement, 13th month paid compliance report, and employer's work accident or illness report.
The establishment report system ensured the safety of employees of DOLE and its clients by minimizing the risk of contracting the COVID-19, since the need for physical contact has been removed in this process. The objective of the labor inspection is to further strengthen the implementation of the visitorial and enforcement powers under the Labor Code as renumbered towards securing a higher level of compliance with labor laws and standards and ensuring continuity and sustainability of compliance at workplaces. For this purpose, the Department of Labor and Employment delegates this function to the regional offices with the issuance of a list of labor inspectors who are given the authority of conduct inspection, which covers all private establishments, including their branches and workplaces in the regions.
The regional offices enforce labor laws and social legislation through the conduct of labor inspection, occupational safety and health investigation, and technical and advisory visit. Special inspections may be conducted as may be deemed necessary.
With the provision for mobile devices and gadgets, the DOLE developed an inspection management information system. An important feature of the system is data capture and transmittal from the field in real time, as an electronic checklist is filled up through the use of mobile devices and gadgets. Data are instantly available for viewing and processing to generate reports, statistics, and summons, including real-time monitoring of decent work indicators based on the country's decent work profile. The TAV, or Technical and Advisory Visit, aims to provide assistance to the micro-establishments, or establishments that have 1 to 9 employees, to be sustainable, productive, and competitive. It also aims to transition our micro-establishments to the formal economy that is profitable, while also complying with our labor laws and occupational safety and health standards. There are different ways or modalities to avail TAV. First is the online method. Establishments can enroll in the self-paced technical and advisory modules through our learning management system. For establishments that opted to go with online, they must accomplish the modules within 1 month from the time they registered. Second is on-site. The DOLE regional, field, and provincial offices conduct on-site or face-to-face orientation for the technical and advisory services, wherein micro-establishments are invited to attend. Third is hybrid setup. Establishments can enroll in on-site sessions and attend virtual meetings or webinars using various online platforms like MS Teams, Viber, Skype, Zoom, or Google Meet. The establishment report system was created to streamline the documents and reports required from establishments in the private sector. Several administrative requirements will be submitted through this site as a central platform. Through this system, employers no longer need to physically submit establishment reports to DOLE, since reportorial requirements can be completed remotely through the ERS.
There are various types of report that can be submitted through the establishment report system. These are telecommuting report, job displacement report, flexible work arrangement, 13th month pay compliance report, and employer's work accident or illness report.
The establishment report system ensured the safety of employees of Dole and its clients by minimizing the risk of contracting the COVID-19, since the need for physical contact has been removed in this process. The objective of the labor inspection is to further strengthen the implementation of the visitorial and enforcement powers under the Labor Code as renumbered, towards securing a higher level of compliance with labor laws and standards and ensuring continuity and sustainability of compliance at workplaces. For this purpose, the Department of Labor and Employment delegates this function to the regional offices with the issuance of a list of labor inspectors who are given the authority of conduct inspection, which covers all private establishments, including their branches and workplaces in the regions.
The regional offices enforce labor laws and social legislation through the conduct of labor inspection, occupational safety and health investigation, and technical and advisory visit. Special inspections may be conducted as may be deemed necessary.
With the provision for mobile devices and gadgets, the Dole developed an inspection management information system. An important feature of the system is data capture and transmittal from the field in real time, as an electronic checklist is filled up through the use of mobile devices and gadgets. Data are instantly available for viewing and processing to generate reports, statistics, and summons, including real-time monitoring of decent work indicators based on the country's decent work profile. The TAV, or Technical and Advisory Visit, aims to provide assistance to the micro-establishments, or establishments that have 1 to 9 employees, to be sustainable, productive, and competitive. It also aims to transition our micro-establishments to the formal economy that is profitable, while also complying with our labor laws and occupational safety and health standards. There are different ways or modalities to avail TAV. First is the online method. Establishments can enroll in the self-paced technical and advisory modules through our learning management system. For establishments that opted to go with online, they must accomplish the modules within 1 month from the time they registered. Second is on-site. The Dole regional, field, and provincial offices conduct on-site or face-to-face orientation for the technical and advisory services, wherein micro-establishments are invited to attend. Third is hybrid setup. Establishments can enroll in on-site sessions and attend virtual meetings or webinars using various online platforms like MS Teams, Viber, Skype, Zoom, or Google Meet. The establishment report system was created to streamline the documents and reports required from establishments in the private sector. Several administrative requirements will be submitted through this site as a central platform. Through this system, employers no longer need to physically submit establishment reports to DOLE since reportorial requirements can be completed remotely through the ERS.
There are various types of report that can be submitted through the establishment report system. These are telecommuting report, job displacement report, flexible work arrangement, 13th month pay compliance report, and employer's work accident or illness report.
The establishment report system ensured the safety of employees of DOLE and its clients by minimizing the risk of contracting the COVID-19 since the need for physical contact has been removed in this process.
Isang makabatang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 16 of Webinar Wednesdays, brought to you by the Department of Labor and Employment and hosted by the Bureau of Working Conditions. Ako po si Aljo Cruz, ang inyong moderator para sa ating webinar ngayong unang Miyerkules ng Hunyo. At alam niyo po ba na hindi lamang araw ng kalayaan ang ating ginugunita tuwing June 12? Ano nga ba yon? Okay. Bukod sa Araw ng Kalayaan o Independence Day, we are also commemorating the World Day Against Child Labor every June 12. At dahil dyan, upang madagdagan ang ating kaalaman tungkol sa child labor, ang ating topic na tatalakayin ngayong araw ay ang DOLE Child Labor Prevention and Elimination Program. But before we begin our webinar, let us start with a prayer.
Let us bow our head and put ourselves in the holiness of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Dear Almighty and ever-loving God, we glorify and thank your name. You have showered us with so much blessings, and your presence continuously remind us of your faithfulness and guidance. May we humbly ask you to shower our speaker today of your greatest inspiration, so that he may share the most of his knowledge, his field of expertise, and to his respective topics. May we also absorb the invaluable knowledge, experiences, and put it into practice that we may learn today. Your infinite blessing would mean the success of this webinar. May we be a living witnesses of your genuine love through the enactment of the knowledge acquired through this activity. We ask this in the name of your Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen.
Good afternoon once again sa ating mga Facebook Live participants. Para sa ating mga sirs, mga mister, ginoo, kuya, palike-react naman po tayo dyan. Sa ating namang mga ma'am, miss, ginang at ate, heart-react naman po tayo dyan. Ayan. Thank you. Please share this live stream to your Facebook account and use hashtag Webinar Wednesdays. You may also share this to your colleagues, friends, and families para mas marami po tayong magkaroon ng bagong learnings. Okay, for questions and inquiries, you may use the comment section, and this will be addressed by the resource speaker after our lecture. Now, before we proceed sa ating topic, alamin po muna natin ang functions, services, at programs ng Bureau of Working Conditions. Here's a video presentation we prepared for you. Panoorin po natin.
The Bureau of Working Conditions is mandated to focus on performing policy and program development and performing advisory functions for the department in the administration and enforcement of laws relating to labor standards. Specifically, the BWC develops and prescribes labor standards and policies, programs, and devices relative to its administration and enforcement. It also exercises technical and functional supervision over the DOLE regional offices as they conduct administration and enforcement activities in their respective regions. The Bureau also conducts research in aid of safety standards, policy programs, measures and device development on labor standards. And lastly, the Bureau provides knowledge and information services on labor standards data, programs, and enforcement activities. There are 5 flagship programs of the Bureau, namely Labor Inspection, Technical and Advisory Visit, Policy and Program Development, Monitoring of programs such as Construction Safety and Health Program, Technical Safety Inspection. And the last flagship program is the Case Management. The Labor Inspection Program ensures that private sector establishments employing workers comply with the general labor standards, occupational safety and health standards, and other social legislations intended to safeguard the rights of workers to just and humane conditions at work. This is in line with the visitorial and enforcement power of the Secretary of Labor and Employment under Articles 128 and 129 of the Labor Code of the Philippines, and it is the flagship program of the BWC for ensuring the continuity and sustainability of compliance in all workplaces. Small, medium, and large establishments under the sector's hazardous work, employing children, construction projects, Philippine registered ships in domestic shipping, fishing vessels, contracting or subcontracting arrangements, subject of SENA referral, anonymous complaint, and request for inspection, and other establishments as may be determined by the Secretary of Labor and Employment are all covered in the Labor Inspection Program. The Technical and Advisory Visit, or the TAV program, aims to build the capacity of community-based micro-establishments towards sustainable compliance with labor standards. It seeks to facilitate easier access to government programs and services, instrumental to addressing their compliance gaps, as well as to provide livelihood assistance and productivity training to further capacitate micro-establishments in improving their business operations. There are various training modules offered in TAV, namely General Labor Standards, Occupational Safety and Health Standards, Child and Family Welfare, Productivity Toolbox, and Visit Checklist and Action Plan. The Technical Safety Inspection is the inspection for the purpose of safety determination of boilers, pressure vessels, internal combustion engines, electrical installations, elevators, hoisting equipments, and other mechanical equipments. The Bureau is also responsible for the development of policies and programs. The Bureau takes the lead in the formulation and assurance of timely and relevant policies, guidelines, and advisories relating to general labor standards, occupational safety and health standards, and other social legislations that promote the rights at work, improve working conditions, and guide employers and workers in the private sector. There are other various programs that are handled by the Bureau of Working Conditions, Construction Safety and Health Program, Review and Evaluation of Technical Plans, Processing of Certificate of Appearance of PMEs and PEEs, Work Alert Reporting, Processing of Certificate of No Pending Case, Disposition of Labor Standard Appealed Cases, General Labor Standards and Occupational Safety and Health Queries and Requests for Inspection-related data, Medical Services or Assistance to DOLE personnel. And the BWC is also a member of various committees like NCACL, IACAT, LI Capacity Building Committee, Safety and Health Committee, Mental Health Program, and many more. The Bureau envisions well-guided employers and workers committed to a safe, healthful, and productive work environment, adaptive to industry trends and developments, and equitably enjoying the gains of joint endeavors.
Alright, sana po ay nadagdagan ng ating kaalaman sa mga programa at serbisyo ng Bureau of Working Conditions. Okay, para naman po, bigyan tayo ng overview tungkol sa ating topic. Naghanda po ng isang video presentation ng ating speaker. Let's watch this.
Pagtatrabaho sa sakahan, pangingisda, pagmimina, pagbubuhat ng troso, pagbebenta sa lansangan, pornografiya. Alam nyo ba na ilan lamang ito sa mga halimbawa ng child labor? Ayon sa RA 9231, ang child labor ay anumang uri ng trabaho o economic activity na ginagawa ng isang bata na mapanganib o nakasasama sa kanyang kalusugan, kaligtasan, at pisikal, mental at psikolohikal na pag-unlad. Mayroon tayong tinatawag na worst forms of child labor o ang mga pinakamalalang uri ng child labor. Ito ay ang lahat ng uri ng slavery o pang-aalipin o mga gawaing katulad ng pagbebenta sa mga bata, paggamit bilang pambayad utang, sapilitang pagtatrabaho, at pagre-recruit upang maging bahagi ng armadong tunggalian, paggamit, pagkuha, o pag-aalok ng mga bata sa prostitusyon o pornografiya, paggamit ng mga bata sa mga ilegal na gawain tulad ng paggawa at pagbebenta ng mga ipinagbabawal na gamot at anumang uri ng trabaho na mapanganib sa kalusugan, kaligtasan o moralidad ng mga bata. Mayroon din tayong tinatawag na child work. Ang child work ay ang mga gawain ng isang bata na legal o pinapayagan ng batas, naaangkop sa kanyang edad at kakayanan, hindi nakasasagabal sa kanyang pag-aaral at pagpapahinga at hindi mapanganib sa kanyang kaligtasan at kalusugan. Samantala, ang child labor naman ay ang pagtatrabaho ng isang bata na iligal o ipinagbabawal ng batas, mabigat para sa kanyang edad at kakayanan, ginagawa ng mahabang oras na labag sa itinakda ng batas, nakahahadlang sa kanyang pag-aaral at pagpapahinga, at mapanganib para sa kanyang kaligtasan at kalusugan. Upang mas madaling malaman kung ang gawain ng bata ay child work o child labor, tandaan ang abakada E. Ayon sa bigat ng trabaho ng bata, karapatan ng bata na naisasantabi dahil sa trabaho, dalas o haba ng panahong ginugugol sa trabaho, edad o kaangkupan ng trabaho sa edad ng bata. Maaari bang magtrabaho ang isang bata? Ang minimum employable age sa Pilipinas ay 15. Ibig sabihin nito, ang isang bata na wala pang 15 taong gulang ay hindi maaaring pumasok sa anumang uri ng trabaho, pampribado man o pampubliko, maliban sa mga sumusunod. Kung ang bata ay nagtatrabaho sa ilalim ng responsibilidad ng kanyang mga magulang o tagapag-alaga at kung saan mga miyembro lamang ng kanyang pamilya ang kasamang nagtatrabaho, o kung ang bata ay nagtatrabaho sa public entertainment or information tulad ng telebisyon, pelikula at commercials o advertisement. Sa mga kondisyong ito, dapat siguruhin na ang trabaho ay hindi mapanganib sa buhay, kalusugan at kaligtasan ng bata, siya ay nakapag-aaral at mayroon siyang work permit mula sa DOLE. Ngunit, ang isang batang wala pang 18 taong gulang ay hindi maaaring pumasok sa pinakamalalang uri ng trabaho o maging modelo sa patalastas ng mga nakalalasing na inumin, tabako o produktong may tabako, sugal at pornografiya. Para naman sa oras ng pagtatrabaho, ang mga batang wala pang 15 taong gulang ay hindi maaaring magtrabaho ng higit sa 4 na oras sa isang araw, higit sa 20 oras sa isang linggo, at sa pagitan ng alas 8 ng gabi at alas 6 ng umaga ng sumunod na araw. Ang mga batang may 15 hanggang bago mag-18 taong gulang ay hindi maaaring magtrabaho ng higit sa 8 oras sa isang araw, higit 40 oras sa isang linggo, at sa pagitan ng alas 10 ng gabi at alas 6 ng umaga ng sumunod na araw. Maraming inisyatiba ang pamahalaan laban sa child labor. Ang National Council Against Child Labor na nabuo sa pamamagitan ng EO 92 Series of 2019 ang nangunguna sa implementasyon ng Philippine Program Against Child Labor na may vision na Child Labor-Free Philippines. Ang DOLE, chairperson ng council, ay nagpapatupad ng Child Labor Prevention and Elimination Program na may layuning matukoy ang mga batang dapat maialis mula sa child labor sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng karapatang tulong sa kanila at kanilang mga pamilya. Maaaring makibahagi ang sino man sa Batang Malaya campaign ng Philippine Program Against Child Labor na siyang nagsusulong sa karapatan ng bawat bata na maging batang malaya.
All right, we will now proceed to the discussion of our today's topic, DOLE Child Labor Prevention and Elimination Program. Our speaker is a dedicated Labor and Employment Officer 3 in the Young Workers Development Division of the Bureau of Workers with Special Concerns. Everyone, please welcome Ms. Ana Rebecca Reyes.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Nandito po ako para ibahagi ang tungkol sa Child Labor Prevention and Elimination Program o CLPEP ng Department of Labor and Employment. Para po sa kaalaman ng lahat, ang Bureau of Workers with Special Concerns or BWSC po ang Program Manager ng Child Labor Prevention and Elimination Program. Let me just share my screen po. Ang BWSC ang kawanihan ng DOLE na tumutugon sa pangangailangan at nangangalaga sa karapatan ng disadvantaged workers o mga manggagawang may higit na pangangailangan. Sila po yung mga kababayan nating manggagawa na nasa informal na sektor, walang sapat na kita, kababaihan, kasambahay, nasa tubuhan o sugar workers, may kapansanan, at nasa edad 17 pababa o yung mga hindi pa tumutungtong ng edad 18. Layunin ng BWSC na gumawa at ipatupad ang mga polisiya at programa upang matulungan ang mga nabanggit na manggagawa na magkaroon ng ligtas, makatao, sapat at disenteng trabaho. Bago po tayo dumako sa mga programa ng DOLE para sa child laborers at kanilang pamilya, hayaan po ninyo akong i-share ang tungkol sa Philippine Program Against Child Labor. Ang Philippine Program Against Child Labor or PPACL ang national program natin laban sa child labor. Ang hangarin ng programang ito ay magkaroon ng isang child labor-free Philippines. Nagnanais ito na mapabuti ang pamumuhay ng child laborers pati ang kanilang pamilya at komunidad sa pamamagitan ng mga iba't ibang inisyatibo at programa na makatutulong sa kanila na umangat mula sa kahirapan. Isa itong pagkilala na kahirapan ng pangunahing dahilan dito sa Pilipinas kung bakit ang mga bata ay nasasangkot sa child labor. Kagaya po ng mga naunang strategic frameworks, ang PPACL Strategic Framework 2023 to 2028 ay bunga ng joint efforts ng government at non-government partners. Nakapaloob rin po sa strategic framework na ito ang program goal, impact at end-of-program outcomes, pati na rin ang cross-cutting themes na gagabay sa National Council Against Child Labor at mga partners nito hanggang taong 2028. Noong September 17, 2019, nilagdaan po ang Executive Order No. 92 institutionalizing the National Council Against Child Labor to upscale the implementation of the Philippine Program Against Child Labor, to amplify government efforts for the protection of the rights of vulnerable sectors, especially the children, strengthen related institutional mechanisms, and establish further measures to contribute to the prevention, reduction, and elimination of any form of child labor. Sa bisa po ng Executive Order No. 92, napatibay ang National Council Against Child Labor o NCACL na siyang nagpapatupad ng Philippine Program Against Child Labor. Ang DOLE ang chairperson ng NCACL, katuwang ang DSWD na co-chairperson nito. Binubuo ang konseho ng 19 government agencies at mga sectoral representatives mula sa employer sector, worker sector, at non-government organization. Katuwang din po natin ang mga regional councils against child labor sa implementasyon ng Philippine Program Against Child Labor sa regional level at mga iba't ibang local government units sa local levels. Ngayong na-discuss na po natin ang national program laban sa child labor, dumako na tayo sa inisyatiba ng DOLE. Sa pamamagitan ng PWSC, sumusuporta ang DOLE sa PPACL. Isa ang DOLE sa mga institusyon na nagsusulong ng karapatan ng mga bata, partikular ang kanilang karapatang maprotektahan mula sa child labor. Ang pangunahing programa po ng DOLE upang tugunan ang child labor ay ang Child Labor Prevention and Elimination Program o CLPEP na naglalayong mapigilan ng mga bata na pumasok sa child labor at naglalayong maialis sila mula sa child labor. Ang CLPEP po ang kontribusyon ng kawanihan sa PPACL. Sa pamamagitan po ng Administrative Order No. 356 Series of 2023 o Guidelines in the Implementation of the DOLE Child Labor Prevention and Elimination Program na institutionalize ang CLPEP bilang official program ng DOLE laban sa child labor. Ito ang mga strategies sa ilalim ng DOLE Child Labor Prevention and Elimination Program na align sa Philippine Program Against Child Labor. Sa Social and Behavioral Change Campaign Against Child Labor, meron tayong mga isinasagawang advocacy activities. Sa enforcement of child labor laws, narito ang administration and enforcement of labor standards, rescue of child laborers, and issuance of working child permit. Sa access to social protection, nagsasagawa tayo ng profiling of child laborers at provision of necessary services to child laborers and their families. Kasalukuyang nagsasagawa rin ng monitoring of profiled child laborer kung saan sinisiguro ng DOLE na hindi nababalik sa child labor ang bata. Sa ilalim naman ng strengthening of partnerships and interagency collaboration matatagpuan ang mga gawain ng DOLE bilang Chair at Secretariat ng National Council Against Child Labor at Regional Council Against Child Labor, pati na rin tungkol sa koordinasyon at kooperasyon ng DOLE sa local structures on the protection of children, convergence with partners, at capacity building activities. Regular din po ina-update at minemaintain ang Batang Malaya Child Labor Knowledge Sharing System o Batang Malaya Cliques sa ilalim ng strategy na knowledge management. Sa Social and Behavioral Change Campaign, nagsasagawa ng iba't ibang advocacy activities ang DOLE upang mapalawig ang kaalaman sa child labor at makatipon ng suporta sa kampanya laban sa child labor gamit ang quad media platforms. Mayroon tayong isinasagawang orientation on anti-child labor laws at initiatives at information and services caravans on child labor kung saan ang mga participants ay mga child laborers at kanilang mga pamilya. Mayroon ding development of information, education, and communication materials and modules on child labor na publicly accessible sa websites, portals, at social media accounts ng DOLE. Kasama rin po dito ang promotion ng hashtag Batang Malaya Campaign. Ang hashtag Batang Malaya Campaign ang official campaign brand sa lahat ng initiatives sa child labor. Patuloy rin ang promotion natin ng Batang Malaya Child Labor Knowledge Sharing System o Batang Malaya Cliques website at ang annual celebration ng World Day Against Child Labor tuwing buwan ng Hunyo at National Children's Month tuwing Nobyembre. Ngayong 2024, ang global theme ng World Day Against Child Labor ay Let's Act on Our Commitments and Child Labor. Ang focus ng selebrasyon ngayong taon ay ang pagdiriwang ng 25th anniversary ng adoption ng ILO Convention No. 182 o Worst Forms of Child Labor. Pinapaalala rin ng temang ito ang pagtugon sa mga pangako upang masugpo ang child labor sa buong mundo. Ang local theme naman ay Bawat Bata, Malaya, Mithiin na Nagkakaisang Bansa. May iba't ibang activities na inihanda ang DOLE Regional Offices, katuwang social partners natin sa local level ngayong buwan ng Hunyo. Kasama rito ang nabanggit po kanina na Information and Service Caravan kung saan may orientation on anti-child labor laws and programs at pagbibigay ng iba't ibang serbisyo sa ating beneficiaries sa pamamagitan ng pakikipag-ugnayan sa mga ahensya ng pamahalaan at social partners. Kabilang din po dito ang iba't ibang activities para sa mga bata tulad ng puppet show at storytelling sessions, pag-highlight sa mga kwento ng tagumpay ng mga batang malaya o yung mga batang natulungan nating may alis mula sa child labor mula sa iba't ibang sektor at pagbabahagi ng information material sa kampanya laban sa child labor. Maliban sa Child Labor Prevention and Elimination Program, isa sa mga programa ng DOLE para alisin ang mga bata sa child labor ay ang Labor Inspection Program. Isa po ito sa mga pangunahing strategiya sa enforcement and administration of child labor laws. Sa Labor Inspection Program, binibigyang priority ang mga establishments na may mga manggagawa na wala pang 18 years old. Kasama sa labor inspection checklist ang anti-child labor laws. Kabilang din sa capacity building activities ng mga labor inspectors ang module sa child labor. Sa pamamagitan ng mga ito, Natutulungan sila na ma-identify ang mga child laborers sa kanilang labor inspection at occupational safety and health investigation. Dagdag pa rito, meron ding isinasagawang technical and advisory visits or TAV na nakafocus sa micro-establishments. Kasama sa module na ibinibigay sa mga micro-establishments ang tungkol sa child and family welfare kung saan tampok ang child labor. Kung sakaling may makitang child laborer ang labor inspector, agad itong aaksyon upang alisin ang bata mula sa mapang-abusong paggawa. Ang mga child laborer na natatagpuan sa establishments ay kasama sa ginagawang pag-profile sa mga child laborer. Mamaya po ay ipapaliwanag ko pa ang profiling of child laborers na isinasagawa ng DOLE. Para naman sa mga pagkakataon na kinakailangan ng agaran at mabilis na pag-rescue sa isang child laborer, ang DOLE, sa pamamagitan ng Sagip Batang Magagawa Interagency Quick Action Mechanism, ay rumeresponde sa mga child laborer na nasa lubhang mapanganib na kalagayan. Katuwang ng DOLE ang DSWD at law enforcement agencies sa pag-rescue sa child laborers. Bukod sa mga nabanggit, pinoprotektahan din po ng DOLE ang karapatan ng mga bata na pinapayagan magtrabaho sa ilalim ng Republic Act No. 9231 sa pamamagitan ito ng pag-i-issue ng Working Child Permit sa mga batang wala pang 15 years old. Halimbawa po nito yung mga batang nasa telebisyon, pelikula, teatro at advertisement. Ang profiling of child laborers ng DOLE ay sinimulan noong 2018 para mahanap yung mga batang dapat maialis mula sa child labor sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng karampatang tulong sa kanila at kanilang mga pamilya. Nagbibigay po ng iba't ibang serbisyo para sa mga profiled child laborers ang DOLE tulad ng livelihood assistance at emergency employment sa mga magulang ng child laborers para tugunan ang pinansyal na pangangailangan nila na magbibigay daan sa paghinto ng mga anak nila mula sa child labor. Isa din po sa mga proyekto ng DOLE ang Project Angel 3, kung saan nabibigyan ng iba't ibang uri ng tulong, katulad ng pagkain, damit, school supplies at iba pa ang child laborer at ang kanyang pamilya. Matapos po yung pagbibigay ng tulong, patuloy naman ang DOLE sa pag-monitor sa profiled child laborer at kanyang pamilya para masiguro na sapat ang serbisyo na naibigay sa kanila at para masiguro na hindi na po babalik ang bata sa child labor. Dahil po ang issue ng child labor ay hindi masusolusyonan ng isang government agency o isang opisina lamang, nakikipag-coordinate at nakikipag-collaborate ang DOLE sa iba't ibang social partners para masiguro ang implementasyon ng Philippine Program Against Child Labor sa lahat ng geographic regions kung nasaan nandoon ang DOLE. Puspusan din po ang activities ng National Council Against Child Labor at Regional Council Against Child Labor na nabanggit ko kanina. Nakikipag-coordinate din po ang DOLE regional offices sa existing structures on the protection of children, gaya ng local councils for the protection of children at regional subcommittees on the welfare of children. Ito po yung ilan sa mga larawan ng activities ng NCACL, ng Provincial Council Against Child Labor, at involvement ng ating social partners sa national at local levels. Sa knowledge management on child labor, patuloy po na pinopromote natin ang Batang Malaya Child Labor Knowledge Sharing System o Batang Malaya Clicks website na accessible sa link na nakikita niyo po sa screen. Ang Batang Malaya Clicks website ang primary virtual knowledge sharing platform para sa impormasyon patungkol sa child labor. Ilan po sa fini-feature ng website na ito ang child labor-related laws and issuances, manuals and infographics, researches and publications, videos, at iba pang impormasyon sa mga programa at serbisyo ng mga agencies at organizations patungkol sa prevention and elimination ng child labor. Nasa website din po ang mga accomplishments patungkol sa implementation ng PPACL at ng Batang Malaya Campaign. Mayroon din pong reporting tool ang Batang Malaya Clicks website, kung saan dito po maaaring mag-submit ng report on child labor incidents ang publiko. Muli, ito po ang mga strategiya laban sa child labor sa ilalim ng DOLE Child Labor Prevention and Elimination Program. Para po sa karagdagang impormasyon, detalye at updates tungkol sa child labor, #Batang Malaya Campaign at World Day Against Child Labor Celebration, hinihikayat po namin kayo na bisitahin ang social media accounts ng Batang Malaya. And that ends my presentation po. Maraming salamat po at magandang araw po muli sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Ms. Aika, for sharing your expertise and providing such a comprehensive and insightful discussion tungkol sa ating DOLE Child Labor Prevention and Elimination Program. Okay, and with that, we are now going to start answering the questions submitted during today's presentation. Reminder lang po sa mga may pahabol na questions, pwede pa rin po kayong mag-submit sa ating comment section. Okay, Ms. Aika, tignan natin ang ating questions. So our first question is, ano ang pagkakaiba ng child labor sa child work?
Magandang hapon po, Sir Aljo, at magandang hapon din po sa mga nakatutok sa ating webinar ngayon. Ang child labor po, ito po yung pagtatrabaho ng isang bata na illegal tsaka pinagbabawal po ito ng batas. Ito rin po yung pagtatrabaho na mabigat para sa edad po ng bata at hindi po niya ito kaya. Ito po yung ginagawa din sa mahabang oras na labag sa itinakda po ng batas, RA 9231, at ito po yung trabaho na nakakahadlang sa pag-aaral po niya at mapanganib para sa kanyang kaligtasan tsaka kalusugan. Ang child work naman po, ito naman po yung mga gawain ng bata na legal naman po at pinapayagan ng batas, naaangkop o tama lang po sa kanyang edad at kakayanan, hindi po nakakasagabal sa kanyang pag-aaral at pagpapahinga at hindi po mapanganib para sa kanyang kaligtasan at kalusugan.
Alright, napakalinaw po nun. Tingnan po natin yung ating second questions. Okay, ano ang minimum employable age sa ating bansa?
Ang minimum employable age po sa Pilipinas ay 15 years old. So ang isang bata po na wala pang 15 years old, hindi po talaga siya pinapayagang magtrabaho o pumasok sa anumang uri ng trabaho. Maliban na lang po kung sila po ay magtatrabaho sa exceptions na provided sa RA 9231.
Alright, so yung mga parents natin dyan, yung mga anak natin, pag-aralin natin. Okay, third question. Tuwing kailan pinapayagan magtrabaho ang bata below 15 years old?
So pinapayagan lang po magtrabaho ang bata below 15 years old. Number 1, kung siya po ay magtatrabaho sa ilalim ng pangangalaga po o responsibilidad ng kanyang mga magulang or ng guardian po at kung saan pawang members lang po ng family yung employed doon sa family undertaking na yon. And pangalawa po, kung yung bata po ay magtatrabaho sa public entertainment or information na tinatawag natin, tulad po ng mga bata po na nakikita natin sa television, sa movies, sa commercial, or advertisements. Doon lang po sa dalawang kondisyon na yung pinapayagan mag-work ang bata below 15.
Okay, so parents take note po. Number 4. Sa mga kondisyon na nabanggit mo, ano ang mga dapat siguruhin sa pagtatrabaho ng bata?
So sa mga kondisyon po na yon, kung magtatrabaho po ang bata below 15, dapat po hindi po syempre mapanganib sa buhay niya, sa health po niya at sa kanyang safety. Dapat po ay siya po ay nakakapag-aral at meron siyang work permit o working child permit na sinesecure po mula sa DOLE.
Okay, so may permit pala ito. And fifth question, ilang oras pinapayagang magtrabaho ang mga bata na below 15 years old at 15 to 18 years old?
So yung mga bata po na wala pa pong 15 years old, hindi po sila pwedeng magtrabaho more than 4 hours a day sa isang araw at hindi po pwedeng lumagpas sa 20 hours a week sa isang linggo. At hindi rin po sila pwedeng magtrabaho between 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. ng sumunod na araw. Para naman po sa mga batang may employ po sa age 15 to 18 years old, hindi po sila pwedeng magtrabaho ng lalampas sa 8 hours a day, hindi rin po higit sa 40 hours a week. Dapat hindi rin po sila pwedeng magtrabaho sa pagitan ng 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. of the following day.
Okay. Question number 6 po. Batay sa pinakabagong datos, ilan ang child laborers sa bansa?
So, based po dun sa special release on working children situation na nirelease po ng Philippine Statistics Authority noong July 25, 2023, noong 2022 raw po, meron pong 1.48 million working children sa bansa. Ages 5 to 17 years old po itong mga to. Sa bilang po na ito, 828,000 or 56% ang child laborers.
So, medyo mataas po pala.
Mataas po, sir. More than half.
Okay po. Opo, mataas nga. Saang mga industriya pinakamarami ang kaso ng child labor?
So, higit sa kalahati po ng mga child laborers, yung 828,000, ang nasa agriculture sector. 68.8% po ang nasa agrikultura. And then, kasunod po nito, 25.9% po ang nasa services sector at 5.3% naman po yung mga nasa industry sector.
Agriculture. So, question number 8 po. Saang mga rehiyon pinakamarami ang kaso ng child labor?
Nako, sa Region 12 po ang pinakamataas na number o bilang ng child laborers noon dun po sa report ng PSA noong 2022. 12.5% po dun sa 828,000 ang bilang ng child laborers sa Soc-Sargent or Region 12. Sinundan po ito ng Central Visayas sa Region 7 and sinundan po ito ng BARM, Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. And then kasunod po ang Region 10 sa Northern Mindanao. And last po, sa top 5 regions na may mataas na cases ng child labor ay yung sa Region 1 po, sa Ilocos Region.
We'll see. So, yun lang po ang ating questions for today. Thank you very much po, Ms. Aika. Thank you rin po sa lahat ng... Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Aika. Alright, thank you po sa lahat ng nag-submit din ng questions. Kung meron po kaming hindi nasagot ngayon, rest assured po ng aming social media team ay sasagutin ng inyong inquiries later. And before we continue, gusto po naming iparating ang aming taos-pusong pasasalamat kay Director Ama Carisma Lobrenza Tumba sa Young Workers Development Division at sa lahat ng bumubuo ng Bureau of Workers with Special Concerns para sa pagpapa-unlock ng aming invitation na maging resource speaker sa ating webinar Wednesday. Thank you po. Okay, further announcements before we continue. The Bureau of Working Conditions will be conducting the webinar Wednesdays episode 17 on June 19, 2024. For the next episode, ang ating magiging topic ay labor inspection. So sigurado kung maraming magiging interesado sa topic na yan. Kaya abangan po natin yan next episode and panoorin po natin. And that concludes our webinar for today. I believe that we can say that it has been a very productive day dahil napakarami po nating natutunan sa ating speaker. If you have questions, you may send us an email through ask@bwc.dole.gov.ph or you may call the Dole hotline 1349. Also, please follow our Facebook page, BWC 1949, para maging updated kayo sa iba't ibang issuances, announcements, and activities na inilalabas ng BWC at ng Dole. Again, I am Aljo Cruz, your moderator for this program, and in behalf of our speaker today, Ms. Ana Rebecca Reyes, the Bureau of Working Conditions, thanks you very much for joining us today. See you again next episode. Ingat po.
Para sa mga katanungan at karagdagang impormasyon, maaari po tayong tumawag sa Dole Hotline 1349 o sumumbuni sa mga Dole Regional o Field Office na nakakasakop sa inyong lugar paggawa.